The final part of this video series you're going to learn about preparing the bank reconciliation statement by first revising or updating the cash book. Now, in order to do this lesson, we're going to do an activity, and this question was extracted from the Office Administration CSEC examination paper 2018, May-June 2018, and it's question 5. So we're going to look at preparing the bank reconciliation statement by first updating the cash book. Okay, so the question reads, as part of its cash controls, the computer repairs services prepares monthly bank reconciliation statements. Using the information provided in the cash book and bank statement below, prepare the revised cash book and bank reconciliation statement on page 17, which was in the paper, for presentation to the Chief Accountant on May 30th, 2018. So the question comprises of the extract from the cash book, the extract from the bank statement, and then the area for the revised cash book and the area for preparation of the bank reconciliation statement. So let's look at the cash book and bank statement. Now you will recall from previous videos in the series that in the procedure for reconciling the bank statement balance with the cash book balance, when we are preparing the bank reconciliation statement, the first thing we do is we examine both documents to determine what entries are the same and what entries are different. We tick off the entries that are the same and we circle. When I say same, I mean entries that appear in both the cash book and the bank statement, and we circle entries that do not appear in both documents. So let's do that process now. Okay, so we are going to tick off those entries which appear in both So there we have the similar entries ticked off, and we are going to circle those entries which do not appear in both. So we have $250, $5,000, $21,000, $5,750, $18,500. So what's our next step? Our next step would have been to prepare the bank reconciliation statement using either the cash book balance or the bank statement balance. However, in this question or in this activity, we are asked to firstly revise the cash book. Prepare the revised cash book. So we need to zoom in on the cash book and bank statement. So now we're looking at the bank statement to determine those entries that appear in the bank statement and do not appear in the cash book. And we are going to use these entries to prepare the revised cash book. So we are reminded here of the laws of double entry, with receipts being recorded on the debit side of the cash book, payments recorded on the credit side of the cash book, withdrawals recorded on the debit side of the bank statement, and deposits recorded on the credit side of the bank statement. We are reminded of the laws of double entry, where for each corresponding credit, there's a corresponding debit, and vice versa. For each corresponding debit, there's a corresponding credit. If we look at the question, we are asked to prepare the revised cash book, and we prepare the revised cash book by beginning with the cash book balance. In this case, the cash book balance we are beginning with would be the closing balance of $50,000. We are to enter into the revised cash book any debit entries that were omitted and any credit entries that were omitted. If we examine the bank statement, we see that 3 entries were omitted from the cash book. $21,000, which is a credit or deposit, $250, which is a withdrawal or a payment, and $5,000, which is a withdrawal or a payment. So these entries, these debit entries would be entered in the credit column of the revised cash book, and this credit entry would be entered in the debit column of the revised cash book. So here we can see that the $21,000, which represented a lodgement, that was a credit entry in the bank statement, is now debited in the cash book. Bank charges of $250 and the standing order of $5,000 are entered as credit entries into the cash book, or payments into the revised cash book. When we revise the cash book, we get the balance carried down by subtracting the total credits from the total debits. The total credits were $71,000 and the total debit credits were $5,250. And when we subtract $5,250 from $71,000, our revised cash book balance is now $65,750. We are asked to use this revised cash book balance to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. So now let's go to the bank reconciliation statement. We start with our statement, bank reconciliation statement as at 30th May 2018, because they asked us to prepare the bank reconciliation statement on 30th May for the accountant. In determining what goes into the bank reconciliation statement, we have to look at our circled items. And in our cash book, we had circled previously a service fee of $5,750 and a payment to S. Bulal of $18,500. So these two items are going to appear in our bank reconciliation statement. So we start with our balance as per revised cash book, which is $65,750. We add unpresented checks. In this case, our unpresented checks would be represented by that credit of $18,500 S. Bulal, and that gives us a total of $84,250. We subtract the service charge of $5,750, and that should give us our balance as per bank statement. And our balance as per bank statement in this case is $78,500. So we have started with our balance as per revised cash book, added the unpresented checks, subtracted the service charges which were unknown to us, and we have arrived at the balance as per bank statement of $78,500. I hope that you enjoyed this video series, and I wish you luck in preparing your bank reconciliation statements.